So good morning,
Morning.
So I'm fine and dandy. How's yourself?
Not too bad, thanks.
Excellent. What's the plan for today?
I would like to just sort of develop the sort of end process of the core comps. I feel I'm getting so far, so I'm kind of identifying the faults, but there's times where I'm not rectifying the actual issue, so it's still happening.
Right.
So how do I go about doing that? So I'd like to try and break that down more, prevent that from happening, and then reinforce it, sort of.
Okay. So on our last session, you were spotting the fault.
Yeah.
The remedial action. The analysis had happened. We knew what the problem was, but it was that finishing the thing off, sort of the preventative, remedial or preventative action.
Yeah, and I found that quite frustrating because maybe it's just me, but I'm trying to chuck so much into it. But the simple things of, do you remember that T-junction back there? We're obviously going to the left, but you were still positioned quite to the right, weren't you? And just a case of, just remember that T-junction. We'll come up to another T-junction now. Mm-hmm. Be a bit more to the left as you're coming round, yeah? All right, yeah. Just remind you, because you might have forgotten again. And I hadn't done that, and I thought it's something as simple as that, but I'm not doing that bit. But without doing that little bit at the end of it, I'm not resolving the issue, so I'm going no further. So I'm like, so I was getting frustrated, which is obviously no use, and it's not stopping it from happening. So how did I think? How am I going to do that? I'm going to try and gain more out of the person from listening, and I'm going to try and formulate some questions more, so or dig a bit more if I can. Okay. Time restraints applied, obviously.
Sure.
To try and diffuse it before it happens. I know it probably will happen, but then I think that'll help me further down the line when I'm pulling over and going, okay, remember you were driving that other car? Yeah. You seem to be still driving in that manner with that bigger vehicle. Isn't as big as that, is it?
Okay.
Are you happy with that? Well, yeah, I suppose it's smaller. Right, so.
Righty-ho. So in terms of setting that up, is it just you want me to just display some faults and keep displaying the faults until you've cured them?
I think so, yeah. Okay. And then that'll have my thought process towards that, and then hopefully I will display resolving that for me in the best way I can, I guess.
Okay. So if we just have should we have maybe 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Doing that, then we'll pull over and review how things are going.
Yeah.
And see where we are from there.
Right.
Is there anything else you want to ask me before we set to?
No, I'm fairly happy. As I say, it's just this last bit that I'm not getting in. It could be as simple as, remember it last time, we'd rectified it last time, didn't we? Yeah, but you've done it again. Okay. Just remember.
Well, let's have a little play with that and see how it works.
Yeah, give it a go.
I'll drop in some. We'll say that I'm getting ready for my test, which is next week.
That's fair enough.
And my last instructor said that we're just due to do a bit of a tighten up lesson today. So there's one or two bits and pieces that we still wanted fine tuning. He can't make it. He's so you're here to replace him. My name's Bob. I'm familiar with the layout and controls of this vehicle.
Okay. Hi, Bob.
Hiya.
I'm Clark.
Hi, Clark.
How you doing? You all right?
Not bad.
Good. I understand your instructor's off.
Yeah, he's poorly or something, I think.
Right, no probs. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but you've got myself today.
Righty-ho.
I also understand that you're doing your test shortly.
Next week, yeah.
Right, okay. So you're just trying to tighten up and just get rid of any potential issues you could have before your test, is that right?
Yeah, he said, what do you call it, fine-tuning today, he said.
Right.
Tweaking. Got some tweaks to do, he said.
Fair enough. Is there anything obvious to you or to him that you're doing that you're not particularly happy with?
I don't think so. I'm reasonably happy with me driving, and he has been, but he said it was, because it was me test coming up, he was going to get a bit more finicky, a bit more picky.
Right.
And iron out one or two things that he said he felt he'd noticed.
Have you ever had any particular issues with your driving that he's resolved?
Well, I suppose I've had all sorts on the way through.
Right.
Sometimes I picked things up easy, sometimes I didn't.
Right. Well, that's just learning, isn't it? Everybody's slightly different, aren't they? Are you still happy to do this lesson as it is?
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
happy.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. It's,
Right. Okay. Fab.
just get everything sort of right.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what we'll do is we'll go for a drive. How do you want me to break it down? Do you want me to tell you on the move, or would you like me to sort of, when we pull over, explain things? What would you like to do?
Well, I think I can probably manage it on the move. I think.
Right.
I
Okay.
think my driving's up to a fairly good standard.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if it's something complicated, we could stop. Maybe, I don't know.
Right. And are you quite happy with safe, legally convenient?
Yeah.
And what does that mean to you?
You make sure you're not blocking driveways, that you're not on double yellers, not near junctions, that sort of stuff.
Right. Okay. No probs.
Not getting in the way, basically.
Yeah. Not inconvenient to
Yeah.
other people and whatever legality will be. So a lot of it's common sense, really. You know. Okay, so we'll go from here. Have you driven from here before or not?
I have, yeah.
Ah,
It's
right.
a bit of
So
a
you
hill,
realise
isn't
it's a
it?
bit of a hill.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay.
Awkward at the end as well, and you've got to take your time and make sure.
It is, and it's quite busy as well.
So they come fast, don't they?
They do. They're not very forgiving. Okay, we'll go from here.
Okay.
And we'll go for a bit of a drive, and we'll see what happens. Okay, you happy?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I'll
Cool.
just get everything set.
Your seatbelt before you start.
Yeah. I'm just doing the pre-check stuff.
Okay. What about your mirrors?
That was a bit low.
And you happy your handbrake's on, and obviously it's in
Yep.
neutral before you started.
Yep.
Okay, so to prepare the car then, Bob,
We'll go left out of the car park.
we're going to go left out of the car park. Need to check your mirrors for your signal. Interior and left, Bob. Want a bit of vanilla, you happy to just have it on your on the pedals?
Might be better with a handbrake there, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. And you're checking your right as you're coming out as well, just in case somebody overtakes us.
Yeah.
Just saw your interior, that's all. So, do you know around here then, Bob, or do you live around here?
Yeah, I live around here, yeah.
So you're quite familiar with the road?
Yeah, I live in the next village.
Okay. So make sure you check your mirrors before we pass that vehicle. I know there was a bit of an issue because it ran its... That's straight away convenient. Is that inconvenient? Next to an island?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had to check our interior and right to go past the interior, left to come back in again.
Left of the traffic lights.
And the left at traffic lights. We're going to check our left mirror as well. Interior and left, then signal. What sort of speed are we going to be doing down here, Bob?
Well, I need to be steady because of this fella.
Yeah, this is a school sign, isn't there?
Yeah, some roadworks.
Got roadworks here? Yeah, okay.
Get past the
So where are you
sign,
going to
tuck
pull up? Okay. So again, there's been a bus come through there. As we come through, is it worth just giving it a beep, tell people we're coming through, just in case we get something bigger?
Well, I suppose I could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just let people know we're coming through. So what's the issue with that?
How do you mean?
Well, it's quite a narrow road. You've got a bridge. If you get a lorry through there, it's just going to take up the entire road, isn't it?
Well, you had to wait for me though, didn't you? I had priority there.
Well, did you have priority?
Yeah, the sign said so, yeah.
Right, okay. What have we got in front? So we're going to slow down. What we're checking first?
Right, yeah.
Interior mirror.
Go right at the end of the road.
We're going to go right at the end of the road, please, Bob. Checking your right mirror too. Interior, then right mirror, then signal. All these little things to brush up on, yeah? What can you see?
Some parked cars down here.
Okay, what have we got? What speed limit says?
Oh, it's 20, yeah.
So what are we going to do?
Let's do 20.
Yeah. Straight away, what we've got? I've got an issue here. Got somebody parked there. So what's going to potentially happen?
We might pull away.
Yeah. Plus, you've got a pedestrian there as well.
Oh, yeah.
So what would have been worth doing then? Maybe slowing down a little bit.
All right.
Well, can you see what's behind that vehicle?
No.
No.
I'm doing 20 though, that's quite
Yeah.
slow, isn't it?
Okay. You alright, you okay?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Grand. No problems.
Go right at the end of the road.
I'm going to go right at the end of the road, please, pal.
Oh, a bit early on it.
Yeah, what would happen there?
I might have thought I was turning in.
Yeah. You did that yourself, didn't you, so? What issue you've got at the moment is you're not checking your mirrors properly, are you? You realise you're doing that or not?
How do you mean?
Checking your interior, see what's behind you,
Yeah,
see how you're affecting other traffic.
Yeah.
We're off right, you didn't check your right mirror, did you?
Alright.
So where would that be an issue?
I didn't think it was.
Well, you're going right, but you've not checked your right mirror. What if somebody's going to overtake us? Alright, at this T-junction it'd be silly, but somebody could do that. But further down you shouldn't check your mirror. So if somebody had overtaken us at that point, do you know they were there?
No, I might not have done.
You can put your hand on the steering wheel just for now.
I'm looking for an opportunity to go. Shall I leave my hand on the handbrake ready to let it go?
You can do, yeah. Just a busy one. So what mirror did you check there then? Why did you check that?
See if there's anybody coming down the road like this mini.
Okay. You just checked your right mirror as well?
Oh, right. Is it still 20 here?
What do you think? How do you know?
Well, the street lights
Right, so what does street lights mean to you?
normally means it's 30, doesn't it?
Yeah. Are there any repeater signs down here?
No, there's not. No. Oh, so it's 30 here. Left of the
30.
roundabout.
Left of the roundabout, please. When we can pull over somewhere safe, legal and convenient when we can, Bob. We'll do. We'll have a chat. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
To the next road on the right.
Next road on the right, please.
Pull over on the left on the new road.
And we'll pull over left on the new road, please.
The signal is nobody about.
Okay. Okay. And if it went on?
Alright, I think.
I think your driving's generally pretty good. However, you're not checking your mirrors properly. Do you realise you're doing that or not?
I thought it was.
You're checking your interior, so you've got the true reflection of what's behind you. So you're checking what's behind you and what could potentially happen.
Yeah, you said about the right.
You're not checking your right and you're not checking your left. And sometimes you're signalling before you're checking your mirrors.
Right.
Why is that an issue? And why would it be an issue on your test?
Well, I suppose it's supposed to be mirror signal manoeuvre, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So how would that be marked on your test if it was that and you'd done the signal before the mirror? How would that be marked down?
I told my mate about that, and he said that as long as you were checking your mirrors regularly, it wouldn't matter.
It would, but you need to check them effectively. Mirrors first, signal if required.
Right.
Yeah. And then manoeuvre.
Right.
But without the mirrors, we can't initiate the signal, we can't do the manoeuvre and the position and the speed and the gears and everything, can we?
Right.
And what's on our left hand side, what's on our right hand side, just going back to some of your previous sort of lessons, what's coming down the left-hand side of the road? Obviously not here because we're pulled right against the road, but if we were driving in a normal driving position, what's on your left-hand side of what could be?
Well, motorbikes, I suppose.
Right, and?
Pedestrians, maybe?
Yeah.
When you're going like at junctions.
And cyclists?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right-hand side, probably more so motorbikes,
Yeah.
but also possibly overtaking cars.
Right.
Because we're driving within the speed limits, but who's to say somebody gets bored of us driving at or just under 30, which is right anyway, but they're late for work and they suddenly come flying down here.
Yeah, you see people doing stupid stuff sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
right. So I was checking the mirror, I didn't know he was there.
are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So when just to go into it a bit further, when are you checking your mirrors?
But how do you mean?
Remember back to your lessons. Whenever you slow down, whenever you speed up, whenever you're going to turn,
Oh, right.
you're checking your mirrors, aren't you? And that's effective use of your mirrors.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you get your mirrors in your, because I mean obviously you got a test in a week.
Yeah.
If you get your mirrors in your head first, first thing you're going to do, you come into an hazard, you're going to slow down, aren't you? You're planning, looking further ahead.
Yeah.
So you're going to manoeuvre around it. You're not doing that neither. So you're not checking your interior to see how we affect people behind us.
Right.
And then you're not, your actual clearance around the vehicles is fine, about a door's width.
Yeah.
But you've not checked in the interior mirror and then right to move out. So again, right hand side, what's on the right hand side?
Right.
Cars or bikes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're manoeuvring around and then you're not checking to come back in again.
Right.
Well, you might be checking, but you're only checking your interior. You're not
Right.
checking your left.
So I should check that one as well.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
interior and right to move around the vehicle, adequate clearance for about a door's width, depending on the actual nature of the road, whether it's narrow or not.
Right.
Obviously, take that into consideration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But because you've checked your right mirror, you're manoeuvring out now.
Okay.
You're making sure nobody's going to overtake us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're moving around the vehicle, interior, and then left to come back in. Normal road position,
Okay.
and on we go. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right. We'll give it another go,
Oh, okay.
and we'll see if we can tighten it up a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Is that alright? Is that fair?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. You're 100% sure then that we could pull off?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So right to check my blind spot a second time there, because I'd stopped.
If you pause, yeah.
Yeah.
What could potentially happen if you don't?
I suppose somebody could get in there, couldn't they?
Right,
Left at the end of the road.
left end road, please, Bob. So remember your mirrors.
Right.
Interior, which mirror? Which way we're going? Interior, left, then signal.
All right.
Coming round. Would you like me to just change my level of support and just give you a bit of prompts? Would that helpful or not?
I don't know.
Would you feel that would help you, or do you feel like what do you
I
think?
might. Yeah.
Oh, I'll give it a go. Okay.
As you were saying, I was forgetting.
Yeah. So if I can give you a little bit of support for that, that might remind you a bit more.
All right. Yeah.
Is that
fair
okay?
enough. Yeah.
Right,
fair
okay.
play. To the next road on the left.
Next road on the left, please, Bob. So what we're doing then? Mirror checking first.
The interior.
And we're off left. Interior, then left, then signal. Yeah. Okay. We're just checking again, interior and left before we go around. Okay. Following the road around. Now as we get into the new road, what mirrors are we checking as we're in the new road?
This one. See if anybody's followed me.
Interior and what? Interior and right.
Oh, right.
Just in case somebody overtakes us.
Yeah.
Okay. What sort of speed are we going to do around here then, Bob?
I need to be a bit slow. I can't really see, can I?
No.
It feels about right.
Okay. Yeah. Feel the right to me.
About 15.
But again, we're planning ahead what could potentially happen.
Narrow bridge.
Yep. At this point, you could probably sound your own if you wanted.
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay.
Left at the end of the road.
I'm going to go left at the end of the road. Remember your mirrors? Remember which order. Okay. Not checking your mirrors while you're signalling, Bob.
All right.
Okay. Interior and left hand signal. So just going to pull over somewhere safe, legal and convenient, away from this junction.
This is a bit good.
Creep and peep, remember that? Just ever so slightly out. Okay. And then when we can find somewhere safely and convenient, we'll pull over and have another chat. Okay? Okay. So, do you feel that was any better? In yourself, what do you think? You self-analyse yourself. How did that go?
Well, you were having to tell me again, weren't you? So I must have still forgotten. So
right. Is there a reason why you don't feel it's an issue?
No, I think it's just a case of.
Or it's just simply a case of you keep forgetting.
I just hadn't done it that way, and when you reminded me, it was all right. I think so.
Do you fully understand the consequences of not checking your mirrors properly?
Yeah, you were saying.
I've explained them, but do you fully understand them?
Yeah, I think so. It's like motorbikes and cyclists and stuff to the left and the right.
Yeah. And what speed can a cyclist possibly do?
Well, they can go quite quick, can't they?
They can, can't they?
Yeah.
So if we're crawling along, but we don't, we say we're doing 20 miles an hour, you could actually potentially do that on a bike.
Yeah.
I've seen people do quicker than that.
Well, I've seen them come down here.
Yeah, they're
it's downhill
whizzing.
for a long way.
Yeah, exactly. So, and obviously you're checking your interior, which is a true view behind us.
Yeah.
But you need to check that mirror as well, don't you?
Yeah.
But you can't solely rely on that against that. You always check your interior first and then that mirror. If you were just checking that alone, that gives you a wider field of vision.
Right.
But that's basically deceptive.
Yeah, it's like curved glass, isn't it?
Yeah, it's convex, so
it makes things look further away
than what they are.
Yeah.
But if you can just put into you, so what you're going to do, we're going to slow down interior mirror. Right, okay, we're going to turn interior mirror left or interior mirror right, then signal. And then is the signal necessary what you're doing? You're
Right.
pulling over, does it benefit anybody? If there's people about, if there's vehicles, if there's a person, would you signal if there's a person there on the pavement?
Maybe. It depends, I suppose. If they were thinking of stepping out, maybe I would, I don't know.
Well, what's a pedestrian?
How do you mean?
A pedestrian's a pedestrian while they're on the pavement. As soon as they step onto the road, they're road users, aren't they?
Oh, right, yeah.
So it'd be beneficial to give them a signal.
Right.
Yeah, but if there's nobody around to benefit from it, then fine. But despite that fact, interior and left, if you're pulling over on the left hand side.
Right.
Yeah.
So always?
What, mirror wise, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right.
Well, again, think of the consequences. Just think of it now. You check your interior, you didn't quite see, you've got blind spots in a vehicle, haven't you?
Yeah.
Remember your chat about your blind spots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where are your blind spots from? Do you know?
Well, it's the bits you can't see in the mirror, isn't it?
So naturally within a car you've got built up blind spots. So all these pillars, despite the fact you can see from there to there, from that corner of vision you can't see.
Right.
Could you potentially hide somebody in there if you were turning, if you didn't check properly? Or this pillar here, or the rear pillar.
I suppose you might, actually.
So if there's potential for that, you know. So did you understand that? Are you happy with that?
I'm not sure what you're on about with the pillars and stuff.
Well, obviously there's natural blind spots built into the vehicle with the pillars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would checking my mirrors help with that?
It'd help a lot more. It'd help more than not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just because you've checked your
making a roll
interior.
like that.
I'm desperately trying to.
What point are you trying to make?
I'm trying to. The point I'm trying to make, the point I'm trying to get across, is you need to look around as much as you possibly can.
Okay.
Because as you're travelling along, anything can potentially happen. So if you're checking one but not the other,
Okay, so just
it's easy to.
Let me just stop you and bring in there. Wind back a little bit.
Right.
So you give me some good stuff about mirrors, and you'd said, so you check that phone. I went, what, every time?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
But then we got into an argument, not an argument, but a discussion for sake
I
of
just sat
argument.
quiet and off you went.
Yeah, but I was trying to reinforce it and go, why don't you think we wouldn't check it every time? So it's like, well, and
if you ask me the
my
question,
explanation was a bit too much.
If I ask you the question, rather, sorry, and say, what? So every time I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You happy with that? Yeah. All right.
Right.
You've gone off and now we're talking about people being behind pillars and stuff. Absolutely no relevance to mirror checks.
No, but the relevance I was trying to put across is, despite the fact you've got mirrors and that, there's inbuilt blind spots anywhere. So if you're not checking properly regardless, you're going to miss something, and you can't miss something. So, and especially if you're on your test and throughout driving, you got to be able to be looking round for as much as you possibly can, because we're in a car, we're in a ton vehicle. Somebody hits us. So basically we...
Just think about it logically. You're trying to get me to check the mirrors in pairs.
Yeah.
So talk about that. Don't talk about anything else.
Right.
Because you're just confusing the issue. So I'll just go like, well, okay.
No, I don't get it, or I do get it, or yeah.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see how. Do you think you could hide somebody behind there? Yeah.
And then leave it.
Well, no. What? Of course, I'm going to answer the question you've asked me. But what's that to do with doubling the mirrors up?
No, I was trying to get my point across the fact that.
So you asked me the question.
There are blind spots.
So what's your blind spot? Oh, that's the bit I can't see in my mirror. So I'm giving you it.
Yeah.
We're talking about mirrors, surely.
Yeah.
That's the bit I can't see in my mirror, isn't it?
Right.
So I'm sort of telling you, you're not taking the bit. You're off.
Yeah.
You're not using these.
Yeah.
You're right, and what you were doing was working.
I'm just trying
keep
to
doing it.
re-emphasise the.
But why?
I don't know. I'm trying to firefight again.
When you've reminded me, has it worked?
No. Why?
When you've reminded me beforehand, has it worked?
No.
It has.
I didn't see your head
Check your
moving
mirrors.
as much as. Right, I didn't see it moving as much as I wanted.
And then you're saying, now remember what?
Check your mirrors, yeah.
No. We're coming up to the junction here. Remember what it is that we're working on. Don't forget to check both mirrors. Right. There, how's that? Alright, okay. Right, do you want to have a go at that on your own now? So work on what you're working on. You're wandering off on all sorts of tangents. And it's not relevant. So of course I'm just going to go like...
I'm lost.
Yeah. And you just kind of hand it to him. So when you reminded me to check both mirrors, it was getting better. So that tells you
it's working.
It's working. So keep doing more of the same.
Keep it simple, stupid.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's fabulous that you can retain all this information and you're giving good explanations and stuff. But we're kind of wandering off the point.
I guess what I'm trying to do is I'm overseeing the fact you're gonna. I'm thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead. You now, without me, if I say right, you check your mirrors in pairs, and rather than going, well, do you deal with that even when you stop anytime? Yeah. Rather than just leaving it at that, going right, he's not going to say yeah, he's going to say something else. Right. Next point is this, and if that don't work, I've got next one for you.
Yeah.
Chew on that one for a bit. Right. There's another one.
So you've had the conversation with him about, what the potential dangers might be, and he's not disagreed with you. So you could ask a question like, so do you think it would be useful when you've checked this mirror that you check one of the others? Which one would you check? What would you decide?
We've done this time and time again and proven the fact that despite the fact he's agreed with you, it's not to say that he's taken it in. Mm-hmm. So what you need to do is remind him, get him into the habit of doing it, and then say, okay, how's that working for you? All right, yeah. Is that better?
Do you want to try that on your own now? But if you've reminded me specifically to do it, I've done it. So I
was at that bit where
I thought you had it there at first, then you wandered off, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at that bit where I was going to go, right, let's try that on our own now. Yeah. See if you're happy with it. Is that working better for you? Do you feel happier turning now? Do you feel a bit safer? Yeah, I suppose so. Right, fine. Hopefully that's that done. So I know I was right at that bit, just be normal.
So you asked me just before we pulled away, are you 100% sure you're safe to pull away?
Yeah.
What prompted that question?
I didn't see you looking out and back.
Okay, I checked my right hand blind spot.
Yeah. I didn't see you checking your left blind spot as much as I thought you were going to do.
So, do you feel safe there? Yeah. Did you feel safe?
No.
Why didn't you say something?
I don't know.
Are you 100% confident? Yeah. I hadn't checked over. I hadn't checked. I mean, I knew there was nobody there, which is why I did it.
Yeah.
While we were sat checking, I was checking the path and making sure.
Yeah.
So I knew I could do it. But if you're not comfortable, flag it up.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't comfortable.
Go on your gut feeling.
Any idea why I wasn't comfortable? No. Well, we haven't checked this blind spot at this side. Oh, I forgot, sorry.
Yeah.
So, in this case, I'm not arguing the case.
No.
Mirrors. I'm just like, all right, okay. And it's something that just needs time. So just remind me. So let's reset like we've just stopped and had the chat about it.
Right.
And would I like you to remind me? Yeah. And let's try that again. Let's run at that from that point again.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Back and roll.
Okay. So look all the way around, Bob. Left shoulder as well.
Oh yeah. I forget that one sometimes.
Would it be easy to think of it as a scan? Scanning from your left blind spot, incorporating your mirrors, and then looking to your right, over your right blind spot before you pull off. Would that be easier?
I don't know. I'll
Maybe try that.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Next road on the left.
Next road on the left, please, Bob. And we did last time. Mirrors? Which mirrors?
Interior and that one.
Yeah, and then what we're going to do? Signal. Okay. I'm just checking our left mirror before we go around. Was that any better? You happy with that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we've got I feel a bit happy with it.
Okay.
Got a hazard ahead, so what we're going to do, which mirrors we're checking?
That one and that one.
Yeah, okay. We're not signalling, are we?
No.
Why wouldn't you signal?
Nobody to signal to.
Plus, it
Guy
could
behind, but
be
he's
somebody behind us might think he's pulling over.
Yeah. Left at the end of the road.
Left end of the road, please. Again, remember what we're doing? Interior, what mirror?
Oh, yeah.
Left mirror, and then signal.
Yeah.
Are you happy to give it a go on your own? See how you get on?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So just think, in the command, what's the last mirror you're checking? We're off left. We're off right. Which is the mirror you're checking? Checking your interior, and then you're checking whichever mirror you're going in that direction in. Is that more helpful for you?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think so, yeah.
We'll give it a go.
Okay.
Okay.
Next road on the right.
Next road on the right, please, Bob.
So that one and that one.
Yeah.
Can I go in yet?
Yeah, a little bit, but just be careful. Good point of turn. Okay. And then which mirrors we're checking as we're in the new road?
That one and you said that one to see if anybody's overtaken.
Exactly, yeah. How does that feel? I feel a bit better?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. You happy with that?
I think so.
Okay. We'll try some more, yeah?
Yeah.
So do you fully understand that now?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next road on the right.
Next road on the right, please, Bob.
That one.
Pulled out a bit wide, didn't he, with that caravan?
Yeah, did a bit, yeah.
Checking the mirror again, because we had a bit of a pause, didn't we?
Yeah.
Checking that right mirror. Coming around this obstacle. What mirrors we're checking? And then to come back in again, which mirrors we're checking?
That one and that one.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've got another vehicle, so slow it down. Okay.
I'll
Mirrors
pull over
again.
on the left.
And we'll pull over on the left when we can, please, Bob. Why didn't you signal there?
Nobody about.
Fantastic. Lovely. Okay. How do you think that went?
So, better.
You happy?
Error roll.
Okay.
Talk me about that. Talk me through that.
Better.
What was different?
What was different? I was not trying to put quite as much, I was trying to keep it a bit more simple and just relevant to that particular thing.
How did you do that?
Well, through reminding initially, and then seeing what I got from that, and then just watching. And then if it didn't happen, then I'd go, right, okay. Remember that right one? Did the right, but obviously you did it. So it's like, right, okay, that's good.
So if you put yourself in this seat,
Right.
and then I'm thinking, I might still give him a hard time over this. I might not bother to fix this and just see what he does.
Right.
Which
So then
is what I thought I might do.
Right.
What did you do?
I kept on you until the point that I was satisfied that you were happy with what you were doing, and you showed improvement from thereafter.
And then you said to me, "Yeah, but have a go at that on your own." I was like, "Yeah, all right." You didn't give me any instruction from that point forward.
Did I have to?
No, because you asked. What did you do?
Because I asked.
Which mirror is you going to check?
Yeah.
Is
that all right?
Yeah. Did it work?
It did.
So I'm
But
thinking
it's-
I might not do this. You just asked me that which mirror is you going to check? I cannot really go, I don't know. because we've just had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
So in roll, I've got to.
You could have done, but then it'd be like, right.
Well, that's not realistic.
But it's at this point. I mean, you're that experienced anyway. You've got a week from your test. You've done so many lessons. I'm gonna at that point. It's like I'll get the presenter out. Mirrors. Which mirror? Why? That mirror.
I don't need that level of help. So I've
But
got.
if you'd gone that far down, it's like, right, fine.
Then it's not realistic, is it?
No.
So the role play has to be fairly realistic. So you've asked me a question this time. You cannot over-instruct with a question.
Yeah, I understand.
So which mirrors you got to check? Oh yeah, that one and that one.
Yeah.
That's it. Good. Which mirrors are you going to check? And you ask me the question each time rather than saying, no mirrors, eh? What?
What mirrors? Yeah.
What?
Which ones?
Eh? What?
Yeah.
Which mirrors are you going to check? Oh. Or, don't forget what we're working on. But again, it's not instruction, so it's guiding me along the path. Does that make sense? Just because it makes sense to me doesn't mean it does to you.
It does. I think one of my main problems is overcomplicating stuff, and then as you know yourself, if I get to a particular thing, rather than sitting there and having a bit of a think and going, hang on, just 2 minutes, you have a think about what you're doing. I'm just gonna have a bit of a think myself and go, right, how can I tackle this, rather than going, I'll just go on a massive tangent and I'll just go this way, and not necessarily sorting out the issue in the first place.
Would it help you to switch roles, do you think?
I'm quite happy. I think my problem is, as I say, it's
just so that's not random. We talked about it before we turned the cameras on.
Oh, sorry. That's coming into the future now. I don't believe. What was the question? Would it help to switch roles?
I was just saying, would it help you to just try that where you're in the role, committing the fault?
I think we'll see you next week.
Well, do you want to try it now?
Can do.
A bit random. If it doesn't work, we can just delete the video.
Right, fair enough.
I would never do such a thing. It just might help you to see how it works from this side, and how that if you're given a good enough reason not to do it, you cannot do it. You cannot, if it makes sense. If you think, well, would that make sense to that learner? And if the answer is yes, you've got to react the right way. Whereas if you're talking to me about pillars and stuff, well, it's a mirror fault, I can do what the hell I want with that, because that's now to do with what the fault.
I know it wasn't. I guess I was trying to go, right, let's break it down. What are you using your mirrors for? Well, to observe. Right, well, can you 100% observe everything, Card? No, because there's other things, there's other factors. So if you're just missing out one mirror, plus you've got these other factors.
A simpler question might have been.
I'd gone a bit too much, obviously.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all part of life's rich pageantry.
Yes.
You could just be saying, well, so why is it you check your mirrors? Well, I want to make sure it's safe. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So is one mirror enough? You could be absolutely certain. Well, do you think it would help you to have more information? I suppose it might, really. So how will we get that extra information? Well, should I check more mirrors? Yeah. So always trying to keep it simple, but keep it focused on what it is that we're working on. If you want to have a think about, I'll have a general drive around. Again, make it a learner who's had a reasonable amount of work, and have a couple of faults in mind, and be committing them for a particular reason, and see how that role play guides the way that you do it. See if that helps you to sort of see from the other chair.
Right. I don't want to deviate off too much what we're doing, because I want to try and get the end of this.
Okay,
for
that's
this
fine.
race.
Fine.
We'll
do that next
in
time.
retrospect.
Okay. So what would you like to do with what we're doing now then?
I shouldn't be telling you this because you're supposed to find out. I think, in fairness, you'd figure it out. But I think for me, in my own head, mirrors, possibly signalling, something like that, really. Before, after, and whatever.
Well, let's go back to what we're doing here. Let's follow on from. We've just had the little chat. We'll do some switching of the role play next time when we're out with Darren.
Right.
Let's stick with this. I thought, well, I wonder if that would help. But if it's,
I think it'd be good next week. I'm actually looking forward to next week.
Well, you've got a week to think about it then and plan.
Yeah, exactly, and then plan what to do and what to chuck in there, and
And again,
I tell you what, I wouldn't mind doing. Sorry,
no, go on.
I wouldn't mind doing things like parallel park and stuff like that with Darren and that. Things like situations like that. And obviously faults as well.
Sure.
I mean, that's provisionally, obviously. It might change when we get further down the line. I don't know.
It's your time. I just thought if we set it up that way, just to give you a bit of experience of the other chair, it might help in terms of how you approach it from that side. But we'll set that up before we do it next time. So in terms of, we've just had that conversation, that's now working because you reminded me.
Right.
Do you want to move on from that? I'll put something else in.
We'll do something totally different now. And I'll try and pick up on that.
Okay.
And then try and diffuse that. And then if that still does not work, try and pick it more to pick out the bits. I mean, I've done this myself. I've really, really started to go into this a bit deeper now with each individual person, and everybody's different, obviously. And I've gone, right, okay, I've had a couple of guys, and they're sound as a pound, and they are go-karts, and the way they drive, I can actually see it. So it's like, and you're like, what are you doing? But you're like, I see. It's like, you think you're in a go-kart, don't you? You're not, though. Please don't do that. But do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So you can see different traits in different people, and then it's a case of I've tried to break down different things. Obviously, to everybody's ever so slightly different, and I've had steering with one particular person and other things with others. So it's like, right, let's actually break down why you're doing that, and then try to rectify that, and then change it a little bit. I've done the pull-push steering, and then it's like, right, find your own way of doing it. What's an easy way of doing it? Without crossing your hands, you figure it out. But I found it useful. I've got a lot out of it. I've been buzzing about it when it's happened, and if it hasn't, I've been right. Okay, why not? Okay, yeah, let's have a rethink, shall we? On both sides, what do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, I think this. Well, is it because you're too nervous, or maybe it's? I say I've got another pupil, and it's not that I'm pushing him hard. He's done certain things at a certain level, so I'm like, well, let's just go and see what happens. But because we've been doing, I was doing roundabouts with him, he hadn't done them for a while, a couple of years, and he started to get frustrated. So I was like, no point. You can be frustrated, but it's a negative thing, so it's not really going to help you. You're learning a new skill. All right, you might have learned it a while ago, but you're coming back to it again, and something's getting thrown out. And it just so happens to be your clutch at the end of each junction, because you're trying to concentrate on everything else as we're getting round, and then you're getting so far, and then it's like, oh, it's that. Right, stop fretting about it. You know what to do it. So that was long and all, admittedly, but
no, it's all part of learning how to help people better and finding out what it is that people need.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's crack on from there.
Okay.
See what you can pick up.
We in roll now, yeah?
Yes.
Right, okay. Excuse me. What sort of speed are we doing round here then, Bob?
20.
20, yeah. What issues have we possibly got? Got pedestrians, there's a light on.
Yeah.
Do you realise that? Yeah, exactly, yeah. If we weren't going quite so fast, do you think we could have pulled in there maybe and let him out?
Let him out?
That vehicle.
Which one?
We could have given way to that van maybe.
I had priority though, didn't I?
Well, you did do, yeah, but I think he was struggling to get round at that point, because that vehicle was sat there. Might have been able to. There's nobody behind us at that point.
Yeah, but
well, you can do.
Would that not be hesitancy?
Do you think you're being hesitant at the moment?
No.
No, you're not. So why is it hesitant? Sorry, left hand of the road, please.
Because the parked vehicle's on his side of the road, so he gives way to me.
It is, but it's right on a corner. So
why does that make a difference? Right at the roundabout.
Right at the roundabout place. I think he was struggling to get round, so we could have given way. It was all right away, don't get me wrong.
Would it not be better if I just got out of his way?
But what if he just panicked? What if he thought, oh right, okay, because the vehicle was parked in the corner, he couldn't see quite so much. He might have gone, oh, I'm not going to be able to stop, I'm going to have to go around. But we were going at the speed we were going, we didn't change our course, we didn't change our speed, we just went for it.
But didn't he do it, did he?
Well, no, but it's around this vehicle. Checking our mirrors as we go around the interior and left.
Yeah.
Didn't see that. So what speed is it round here?
It's 30 here.
Right, okay, and what are you doing?
20.
20, right, okay. How far are you looking down the road to plan things?
Loads.
Right, so what's your definition of loads?
Right, so as far as I can see.
Which is what?
That was the bend.
Right, okay. So what's round the bend?
I don't know.
So what speed are you going to do then?
Well, it's slow enough so I can stop.
Okay, so if you're going to slow down, which mirror are you checking?
This one.
Did you check that mirror when you went round?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think you did.
Next left.
Okay, next left at this crossroads. You alright?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Next road on the left.
Next road on the left, please, Bob. So are you a bit concerned about being hesitant?
No?
No? You're not?
No. But just...
She mentioned it, that was all.
Well, no, you said I should have waited for that van. And I said, would that...
I didn't say should.
I could.
I said you could.
And I said, would that not be hesitant?
Why do you think it'd be hesitant?
Because I had a clear road and I was stopped. Left at the end of the road.
Left in the road, please. No. Wouldn't be hesitant.
Oh, okay.
You know, what was, like we said, what was the potential situation if he couldn't have stopped? Because that guy was parked really on the corner. So if he couldn't have stopped, where would he have been? On our side of the road, yet we're doing the same speed. So what would that have been for us? A head-on collision. So we could have given way, even despite the fact we had right of way.
Go left at the roundabout.
Left at the roundabout, please. Pull over. A little bit wide here, Bob. You don't think? Okay, that is about right. About here.
Between the driveways.
Okay, all right.
So
Do you want to discuss that point? Not, you don't seem quite convinced or quite happy about it.
Well, I'm not sure what you're on about, because the van coming around the corner, there was like a car on the right, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And he came around the corner, but he stopped, so I carried on through.
Do you think the car that was parked on that corner? Do you think that was convenient?
I wouldn't have parked there, no.
No. Why wouldn't you have parked there?
Because you're getting in the way when people come around the corner, aren't you?
Right. So, if you'd have parked there and somebody was coming from the direction that vehicle was coming in, what are you making that vehicle do because you're parked there?
Well, you forced them on the other side of the road, aren't you?
And because it's a corner,
Well,
you can't
dodgy,
see quite as much, can you?
No.
So, what's the issue then? If there's a vehicle at the other side of the road and we're on, rightly so, out the right side of the road we are, what's our issue? Because that...
I didn't have one.
You didn't because he pulled in, but what could have potentially happened? What if he didn't have... What if he wasn't going at the correct speed to A, stop, or he had to... Maybe he was going a little bit faster, so he had to come round that vehicle and then pull out onto our side of the road.
But he wasn't?
He wasn't, but what if he did?
Well, he would have had to brake hard.
Yeah, and so would you.
Well, no, if he braked hard, he'd stop and then I'd go through.
Would he? He's going downhill. Would he be able to stop the weight of that vehicle?
Well, he did.
He did, but I'm just saying, what if he didn't?
Okay, let me brake on it off. You're not getting through, are you?
No.
Why is that? What was the...
Because you're being a shitbag, that's why. No.
You're telling me I should give way where I've got priority.
No, I'm saying you could have possibly done so because...
But is that what the problem is?
No, it's speed.
Then why don't you talk about my speed?
But that's what I'm trying to do.
You're talking about the van.
Right. Bollocks. Right.
If that had happened, could you have stopped?
Right.
Oh, I don't know. So...
I was doing it in an incredibly long-winded way.
I'm driving around here looking for an opportunity to put the brakes on in this situation and go, what, like that you mean?
Yeah.
As it happens, it doesn't come up. So the issue is not the van or the car.
I know it's speed, and
It's
I feel
my
it.
speed.
I don't feel comfortable on it, and it's like, well, if you don't feel comfortable, you should say something then.
Talk to me about it.
Right.
What speed are you doing here? Oh, 20?
Right, is that suitable for condition?
Yeah, it's a 30 here.
Right.
So
So
I'm
on
only
the
doing
road
20.
itself, is the road wet or dry? Is it a good condition? How narrow is it? What about obstacles? What about kids that are walking around? What time of day is it? Blah blah blah.
I'm not travelling fast enough to make you hit the brake, but you're not very comfortable, are you?
I don't feel comfortable with myself. I know.
Say
I know.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So what do I bring in? But this is the trap you can fall into, because you can go, I need to slow down a bit. Right, not a problem. I'm doing 20 now. I'm doing 19. No.
Yeah.
Define it. Bring it right down.
Yeah. So you're talking to me about, well, yeah, but what if he'd been travelling fast? Well, that's his lookout. Well, what would happen then?
It
He'd
wouldn't
have
have been
the
if he
brake
couldn't
guards.
have, yeah, exactly.
What would happen if he came onto your side of the road? Could you have stopped?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Then do you think your speed's right on the approach? Maybe not. So you're talking to me about this van and you're getting caught up with that, and I'm just
And
pulling
I'm
you
off.
along.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, but I've got priority. Yeah, but what if that? Yeah, but he didn't. Well, what if that happened? Yeah, but it didn't. Yeah, but you could have let him through. Yeah, could have done, but I've got priority, haven't I? Yeah, but what
Yeah,
if he
you
didn't?
have,
Yeah, but
but-
I did.
Yeah. I know. And I'm like, but you're pulling me into the story. And as much as I want to, the easy way out of it is,
Why am I responding the way I'm responding?
Because I'm giving it out like that.
No.
That's why.
It's because I think the speed I'm travelling's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
There's no matter with me speed.
Yeah.
So you could argue maybe the learner driver would go, why is he getting on to me about that? But I've done that because of a particular reason. I think that speed I was travelling was okay, and I was probably only 2 miles an hour too fast, which was enough to put you on edge.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So tackle the problem. I'm not comfortable with your speed here, are you? Yeah. Well,
Why are you comfortable?
I don't think you'd be able
Yeah.
to stop if things went wrong. Yeah, but that's his problem.
This is a bit where I'm getting frustrated, because it could be something as simple as that.
You haven't tackled the actual problem,
Yeah.
which is my speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've talked about that. It's great.
I've said what speed you do, and you're going, it's 20,
20?
but I haven't.
Do you think that's
So I've
the right speed?
identified it, but I haven't gone, right, you're going too
Do
fast.
you think that's a safe speed here?
Yeah.
Well, I thought so. Not really. Look at what's going on here.
Yeah. Look at all
Think
the
about that
hazards.
situation where we met the van. If he'd got that wrong, what would have been the consequences for us? Well, it'd be his fault. Yeah, it might be his fault, but are you still involved in an accident? Oh. So if you'd come in there a bit slower,
Yeah. Or if you'd had planned further ahead that he might have done that,
Yeah.
what's the consequence of that accident? Well, he's in a truck, so how are you going to be in a car?
so you asked me the question when I was approaching the bend. Where are you looking? Well, at the end of the road. Well,
And I'm like,
I
I'm
was
not
there.
having that yet. I'm not having. Yeah, I'm
but
like,
when
right.
you asked me the question, I was.
Yeah.
Because the end of the road was only 20 yards away.
Yeah.
If you'd asked me 100 yards back,
Yeah.
I'd have said I can see that car there.
Right.
So there's a problem, and you're not tackling what the problem is. And the problem is it's simply my speed.
Yeah.
If I'd come at all them situations slightly slower,
It'd be fine.
you'd have been relaxed. You'd have been completely relaxed. Yeah, okay, I find this a bit quick. Take a couple of miles an hour off for me. Go on, slow down a bit more. That's the speed.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
And it's
All
right
right.
to just say, take it down a bit. Bit
Yeah.
more. What you're doing now, I'm about 18. Right, do 15.
So,
See how that feels. Does that feel better for you?
okay, come through. How does that feel? Oh,
I feel a bit more relaxed. Have you got more time to plan?
yeah.
Have you?
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you
I do,
think
actually,
more?
yeah.
Maybe I can stop it. Right.
All right. Then the message is received. Right, I see what you're getting at, right. So the issue is my speed, not the car parked here or the fact that he might get it wrong.
I know it is. I know exactly what the. That's it. Again, I know what the problem is, but I haven't nipped it in the bud in the direct route. I'm gone meandering off again. I'm trying to
And
get
you,
out
you,
of it.
you know, you might ask an
desperately.
open question, just say, do you think your speed's suitable here? Yeah. Well, it isn't.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just,
Right. And then it's what speed do you think I should be doing? Bring it down. Well, how far then? Right. What are you doing? 20. Right. Bring it down to 18. Is that good? No. Bring it a bit more. What have we got now? Right. 15. Fine. How does that feel? Do you feel a bit more comfortable? I'm a good monkey.
You go,
Well,
well.
I do, because I feel like.
just work feels a bit slow. Well, trust me, this is the right speed.
Yeah.
Let's try that. And then when something does happen, so we're able to deal with that then. How easy is it? What about this? What about that?
Have you had a bit more time to think and plan ahead by
But
doing that?
You can't, if the speed's wrong and you're not telling me about it and you're asking me these other questions, well, it makes it like the pillar here when we're talking about mirrors. Well, that'd be his lookout, wouldn't it?
It makes no odds.
What if he come up? Well, that would be his fault. Yeah, but he did stop. Yeah, but what if he didn't? Yeah, but he did.
Yeah.
But what if he hadn't? What are you getting on about?
Yeah.
But he did. Well, then I would have had to stop.
Right.
Could you have stopped?
Could you have stopped? No. You slow down then.
So you just, and sometimes you might need to just insist, oh, come on, just take a bit off, bit more. Come on, humour me. Bit more. That's the speed we should be approaching here. Now then, if anything went wrong here, let's assume they're surrounded by idiots. Can you cope with those idiots now? So of course you're telling me what about this guy? Yes, well, that'd be his fault. That would do with me. No,
yeah.
I have no responsibility in this. If that's his lookout,
Yeah.
he should watch what he's doing. Well, I wouldn't park that close to the junction. That's his fault.
Yeah.
Still no impact on me.
Yeah. Because he's like, no.
So again, it's the same thing. You've got it. You know what the problem is. You're sat there like I can see you tensing as we're going situation, and I'm sat here thinking, say something.
Yeah.
It's very simple, and you know how to do it.
Yeah.
I think it seems to be that you want to tell me everything about everything, except the bit.
This is what I feel. I feel I'm missing the see that there? Yeah. Just that. All right, yeah. Rather than, no, right then.
Yeah. And it's lovely. It's a lovely form of question and some nice stuff. If I had accepted that my speed was wrong,
but you didn't. So
everything you told me would have made perfect sense.
Yeah, but if you hadn't,
I didn't.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I think it's all right.
Well, it's bloody not.
Are you happy with this speed? Yeah. Well, I'm not.
Yeah.
Or you say, you happy with this speed? You might even say, I think so. Maybe it's a bit rushed. I got caught out of. There was the one where the guy was reversing the car out the drive.
Yeah.
Could you have stopped if he'd carried on? Well, he shouldn't have done. Yeah, but if he had.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. But if he continued.
Could you have stopped? If you just say, what about that? Well, I have priority. I've got right away here.
And? Yeah.
Yeah, but if he'd got it wrong, could you have stopped?
Yeah.
Well, probably not.
So
Then
do you
we're
want
too
to be
fast,
in an
don't we?
accident? Yeah.
Right. You just said.
Yeah.
Then we're too fast, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, I suppose. So, situation like that, we need a bit more speed off next time. Okay? Oh yeah. Okay. Here. Okay. Tell me what you're thinking here. What could go wrong here?
Yeah.
Oh. And you're starting to give me that, but we've never established that the speed is the issue, so I'm just going to keep on doing it.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
What about this? Yeah, well, yeah.
I've mentioned your speed.
Yeah, but no, but
Yeah, but that. But it means nothing. So I've got it, but it's like you've not resolved it. So it's like.
Well, you've asked me how fast you're going here. 20.
I'm doing 20. Why? And.
It's 30. So 20. I'm travelling slow. This is slow.
Yeah.
If it's 30, I'm only doing 2/3 of the speed limit.
Yeah, you can tell that he's probably that kind of driver. I mean, you try not to assume, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, he's not being belligerent or anything. It's just
not really.
20.
No, it's 20. I'm under. I'm under. Why? What's up?
And it's realistic because if you think about it, your learner drivers, they're travelling around in cars with adults who are travelling in these roads at about 40. So 20 seems like ridiculously slow. It's not. In some of the circumstances, it was 2 or 3 mile an hour too quick.
Yeah.
Bit more?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about my steering as well.
Well, your steering was predominantly out further down, especially turning that left.
I don't his steering.
I don't think I noticed it as much because my ass is like that. So I'm just like bracing for impact. It's like, yeah, whatever, just brake. And I've had that recently where I've just been like, obviously, as much as I've wanted to look at a pupil, but if they were going ridiculous speeds, I've had to go, right, you need to slow right down, and then you're more conscious of your car.
I was gonna. That's it.
So you're like,
if you had one of your pupils that was doing that, what would you do?
I've got to slow them down, and I've had to go, right, this is ridiculous.
What did you do with your go-karty boys?
I explained, first of all, you're not in a go-kart. The rules are different, so right, and then it's like, well, why are the rules different? It's on a road. You know, this is in a go-kart. There's nobody going to suddenly whack you, or there's not this. So I explained the consequences and was like, we're on a road. Does this could happen? That could happen.
So they go around the corner knowing full well there's nothing coming the other way.
Yeah, exactly. It's a circuit, isn't it? So it's completely different. Yeah, it's driving, but there's no relevance to anything that's.
What did you say to them?
I just said you're not on a track. You're not on a track. You can maybe gain some things you've used from your go-karting, but there's other stuff that you blatantly can't use. What do you think? What do you think you cannot use? Oh, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. No, you can't. You've got to steer properly. But by doing that sort of steering and having your hands over, do you find that's easier, especially when you're putting your foot down a bit? Do you find that's easy? Do you feel more relaxed when you can't actually turn the steering because you've put too much gas on and you're trying to get around a sharp bend? Do you feel good about that? No.
So how was my steering on the run all the time when we're doing that? How's my steering?
I didn't look at it really.
Continually crossing my hands.
Right, I was
holding the steering wheel like that.
Yeah,
So that's fair enough. So I threw that secondary one in.
Right. Fine. I'd lie to you and say, "Oh, you were doing that, Bob," but I'd just be chucking it in there. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was concentrating on bracing and
more of the same.
Yeah. So what speed are we doing now, Bob?
20.
So we're going to slow it down a little bit for the circumstances.
Well, all right, nobody coming.
Well, there's not, but there's lots of parked cars.
That's true.
And there's people coming out.
Oh,
so can you stop? Could you stop there if you've been doing 20?
No, maybe not. Well,
okay.
Come out anyway.
Well, exactly. So now there's a prime example there, Bob. Are you going to slow down a bit?
Yeah, I see what you're on about now.
So what sort of speed are you going to slow down to?
Well, I suppose.
Round here? About 15 miles an hour? Depending on circumstances.
Depends on what I can say, I suppose, yeah.
So we've just gone left at that
We'll go ahead,
T-junction there, ahead at this crossroads. When we get past this crossroads, I'll explain, but you're a bit wide there.
I've come out for the position over here.
You are for this, that's fine, but I mean, that was a bit extreme, really. You're really wide on that Y.
On the what?
On that T-junction we did back there, not this crossroads.
Oh, right, sorry. Oh, was I?
Do you not think you were?
I didn't notice, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine.
So, like, here,
Right.
would I slow down?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You got two parked cars.
Yeah.
One parked car's bad enough, because you could have a door thrown out here. Two parked cars, you slow down anyway for one parked car, but two parked cars, you've got even less space, haven't you?
Just pull it on the left.
Right. I'm trying to do this on the move, so...
That's fine. I've brought it up.
So then we need
Would I slow down here?
analyse
Yeah,
it.
you would. Well done.
Just leave it.
Why? Tell me why you would slow down here.
Get it from you rather than me.
Talk me through what you're thinking here. What would be the right speed here? What you're basing that on?
Yeah.
What can you see? What might happen here? So, I've bought into it now. It fell right in your lap as we came around the corner.
Yeah.
There we go. You talked about, so would you do
So
20
I tried
here?
to utilise it.
No.
Was that
Oh, yeah,
fair?
Absolutely.
I mean,
would you do 20 here? Oh, well, no.
and if you did, what are you going to do with that? With them people that are crossing?
So you then ask me, so would you do about 15? I then feed back to you, well, it would depend on what I can see, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm buying into it now.
Right.
So I'm on
board
message.
for that, and it's on somewhere else.
So then start saying, oh, talk me through this. Tell me what the right speed would be here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, because of the... And
why?
That's good.
Yeah.
So it's... If you listen really acutely to what's being said, you can pick up on whether he's bought in or he hasn't.
I think that's the difference. I'm not quite getting the, is he on side yet or not? I'm still thinking I'm going to get tripped somewhere, so I'm kind of bringing myself up to stop. I'm not seeing it's not that I don't see the difference. I've not convinced myself yet.
Right. Well, I think the part of the problem is we give you a huge list of potential errors an examiner could make on the part 3 as part of your material.
Yeah.
And I think through doing that, we're almost saying
overloaded.
They're gonna try and trip you up, and you think there's something devious going on. There absolutely isn't. In role play, it's very straightforward. I'm making this fault for a reason.
Find out the reason and then we move on.
Incompetence, it's a lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, or I believe that the way I'm doing it is perfectly
It's
fine.
right, yeah.
Now, there's a lot of different reasons why I might think it's okay. I might be a passenger in a car that travels fast.
My dad drives like that. He's never had an accident. 30 years he's been driving.
I've had some lessons from my dad. My dad says I should. My dad says I should do this. My dad says I should be getting up through my gears much quicker and getting on with the job.
Yeah.
So if you find out, what makes you think this is a suitable speed? Could you stop within the distance you can see to be clear? Well, I clearly couldn't. Well, I could, because when I was going to push the barrier, but only just.
Yeah.
We're on the edge, which is what made you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So investigate. Okay, so
Make that.
why do we think that's okay?
Yeah.
Well, it isn't, and here's why. So you're keeping
So,
it really
like you say,
punchy.
You're given the opportunity to go, why do you think? And then when you get nothing, it's like, right, okay, this is why it's not good enough.
Okay, let's deal
with this, shall we? And then let's move on from that. And then that's you filling out that last bit. And that's the goal.
So let's do a bit more.
Okay.
So we'll assume you've cured that one.
Right. All right, Bob. What we're going to do in the situation?
I'm not sure what they're going to do. I think she's going to get out. So
that door's going to get thrown open.
is it all right to be wide here? Yeah, she did.
There you go. Well, that was good.
Left at the roundabout.
Left the roundabout, please, Bob.
Coming this way, but I've got to.
Found you a bit wide there, Bob.
What was it?
A little bit, yeah.
Sorry.
A bit wide round here.
Oh.
So what are the consequences of you being a bit wide? What do you reckon?
I suppose somebody might try and sneak up the inside. Left at the roundabout.
Left the roundabout again, please. So just remember what you did last time. Try and pull it more to the left.
Right.
Yeah, like you said yourself. Again, look at that. Just look where you are there.
Alright.
See that gap? Again, you've already said it. Could be a cyclist coming along. Could be a vehicle. Might think, despite the fact you're signalling left, you might be going right. You might change your mind. Watching these pedestrians. Do you get that?
I just sort of found myself. I'm not sure why. Let's pull up on the left.
Okay.
Tell me why you think I was wide.
There could be a number of reasons.
Then just replay what happened. Just rewind. Have a think about this. The two places there that I was really wide. Why was I really wide?
Because it was more closed off. So you were a bit sort of dubious about coming around the corner, so you gave it a bit more width.
On both occasions, I'd give you a bit of a clue.
Right. No.
On the first one, the roundabout, there's a white car coming.
Right.
So what was I doing at that point? I talked to you about the white car.
You did. Yeah.
Where was I looking while I talked to you about the white car?
You saw the white car. I watched you do it, and then you pulled out in front of it, and you could have waited, in fairness, because it was coming round.
I didn't cause us an issue.
Could have, should have. You didn't, but obviously that was their priority.
Where was I looking?
Were you looking to the left?
Was I?
No, you were looking to the right, sorry, then you went left.
When did I look left?
You didn't really, you just looked right and just went.
I was talking about the white car, and I was staring at the white car all the time.
And you went, yeah, and then you just went left.
So it's not a lack of skill that's making me go wide. I'm not looking where I should be going.
Yeah.
Oh, where's he going? I better keep an eye on him, I said.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
despite that fact, he's got priority and you went anywhere, so I'm thinking,
so if
you shouldn't have gone. So
I just stay at the
I
right,
thought,
I'm going to be wide.
You shouldn't have gone, but obviously you were going, so I couldn't go right. You had to stop. We're in the middle of bloody,
That's right.
one-way system. So
You're right. I didn't cause us an issue with him. I got it. Didn't cause him a slowdown.
But in fairness, would have pulled over and gone.
We come to the next round.
Could have really done that. Really, yeah.
No, there's a car reversing out of the bay, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I just stared at him.
Yeah.
So just kept like that, knowing fine well that I'm going to be wide.
Yeah.
And also check my distance from the white line in this mirror while I'm staring at the right.
Yeah.
So I put us into a wide position. Then when I look back to go, you look how wide you are. Oh, I am, yeah.
Because you're taking your mind off what you're doing and what position you're in, which is dangerous by looking at everything else.
So keep an eye on me.
Yeah.
If I stare to the right, I'm going to be wide. If I
Yeah.
stare to the left, I'm going to be tight. So it's we've got to be looking like it's like if I'm going down here and I'm turning right, if I don't look into that road, my position's going to be wrong.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep an eye on what I'm keeping an eye on.
Right.
And I'm feeding it by saying, well, I better keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wide. If you stop me staring at the right,
It's
I'll
hard
tighten it up.
it's hard to get the clues sometimes. And then you'd be saying something and you're chucking us a line and I'm like, it's hard to get those when you're trying to concentrate on everything else.
I think
maybe by what I've just said is exactly the problem. Because I'm concentrating on everything as opposed to...
Just zoning in on what the problem
Yeah.
might be. So if you keep an eye on me, and it's eyes and ears. And again, I think it's this idea that we build up through, I think sometimes through the coursework, that there's this whole bag of tricks that this guy's got. It's just a very simple mistake. I was staring to the right, so I go wide at a junction, which is what learner drivers do.
The way I've perceived it, not just through the coursework, probably through my own perception of whatever, a bit of the coursework and other stuff I've looked at as well, because I've tried to further myself and I've tried to analyse it and break it down and just become better at the end of the day. The way I initially started to look at it is that they're going to throw one trick at you, trick being the word, because they want to defeat you, destroy you, pull you a bits, and then on to the next one. Whereas I know it's not like that, and no disrespect to any of them, they're obviously outstanding drivers and whatever, but it felt kind of like, let's see how good you are, I'm going to pull you a bits.
I think we all get that idea.
You've done that, right, you've kind of got that, now I'm chucking something else in. Have you got that? I didn't see that, right, you haven't seen that, I'm going to do another thing. And you're like, right, he's done that, he's done this, he's done that.
What you tend to find is they'll commit an error, and if you haven't seen it, they'll do it again.
Yeah.
If you still haven't seen it, they'll start making it less subtle.
The gentleman I had, he did that, and in fairness, he did throw me a lifeline. And it was, we were driving along and he was going slow, and I told him to slow down. But again, how slow are you going to go? Didn't overemphasise it, right, okay. And then he clutched it a little bit, and I was like, oh, you're all right. So I'd sort of got, because he was a learner, I put myself in that sort of frame of mind, and I was like, sorry, don't worry. But he was going, I'm on the clutch, I could probably see his tail. I thought, I'm on the clutch, look what I'm doing. But it's with my vehicle, no excuses obviously, but my vehicle, it comes further out, so you can't see the knee. So I'm kind of relying on a bit of feel, or I'm literally going like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But he did, he shook me a lifeline, in fairness. I didn't get it. I went, oh, he's just, that's part of his role, he's trying to imitate learner driver, and that's what he's chucking in there. But it was, no, I'm trying to get you. I'm on the. Why am I doing this? Why is it doing that? I'm on the clutch. He's on the bloody clutch there, but I didn't get it.
Let's try some other stuff then. Let's see.
Right. Okay. What about our clearance with these vehicles, Bob?
What about it?
Well, what's the usual clearance for going past a vehicle?
We need to make sure you've left enough room for, well, in case somebody's getting out of the car.
Right, you've just gone past some vehicles now about half a door's width.
How do you mean?
Well, if somebody opens the door, they would have hit the car.
Would they?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Okay.
What we're doing in this situation.
I'm going to hang back here.
Okay, that's a good idea.
It's a good job I did that.
Yeah.
Next road on the left.
Next road on the left, please, Bob. Where are you looking, Bob? You're looking to the right, but we're off to the left. So you're pulling yourself further away from the road. We're off left, where we're looking. Maybe so, but what have we got in front? A postman, his door open. Okay, vehicle coming down. What we're going to do? Slowing down?
I better leave plenty of room here.
Yeah. What we got coming up? Van.
Come on.
What sort of speeds are you doing?
He's flying, wasn't he?
Was that appropriate down here, do you think?
Yeah, maybe not.
No. Are you checking your mirrors when you go past these vehicles as well?
Yeah.
Interior and right.
How close are these vehicles
Interior
are
and left. Very close.
Why aren't you talking to me about it?
I didn't do initially, but I've let off on it.
Why?
Because I'm dealing with other stuff.
What stuff?
Other vehicles and that.
to the next one.
Because you're not checking your mirrors as much as I want you to.
Right. Have I caused any issues with these other vehicles?
How do you mean?
Have I caused any problems? How fast are you going? Too fast. Had I reacted to him?
Judge you gone there, Bob.
Mate, it's clear what his intentions are. I made sure it was safe and I went.
Alright, fair enough.
So, pull round here on the left.
Right, okay.
So, you've talked to me about the car clearance going past parked cars.
Yes. I was going to get to a point. No, I was going to get to a point. But because of where we were, I was also thinking, right, let's find somewhere safe for you to pull over. He's going too fast. Postman's got his door open, and then there's cars either side of the road. Is there somewhere convenient I can pull over so we're not going to cause an obstruction for somebody that's bigger to come past?
You can watch this back and see. So when you said to me about the postman,
right?
What did I say?
I better give him a bit more room because his door's hanging out.
Yeah. What does that tell you?
What does it tell you? You're looking further enough up the road, but I'm saying that I did prompt you.
Think in terms of what you've talked to me about car door clearance.
Yeah.
Before I didn't leave enough room.
Right.
Oh, I better leave loads of room here. What's the difference? What's going on in my area? Why do I feel that I need to leave him plenty of room?
But not a door.
Yeah.
Because you can physically see him, but you're not looking into the car to see if somebody's there.
Do I know how wide a car door is?
I was going to go into this.
Okay.
This is the old chestnut. We're pulled over now. What can we do about it? Check my mirror. That's the width of the door. Do you think you're doing that?
You don't open it that far when you get out, though, do you?
Why don't you?
Well, I don't know, you just open it just far enough.
What if you've got somebody that's a bit LD and they bring the door out that far because they need to get all the stuff that's in front of them, maybe bags and stuff?
Oh,
so they have to open it that further. Well, that's the full extent of it, and you're doing about half of that.
Right.
And if you physically look at it, you see that door?
That's a lot of space. That's where like the post van was, wasn't it?
Right. So if you're using the post van as an example, and you adjusted for that post van, can you then apply it to the vehicles?
Yeah, I suppose, yes. I've not been leaving enough room for the car door to open all the way open.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it depends. What does it depend on? You give it back to me. What does it depend on?
Well, I suppose it depends on how wide somebody's going to open it. Well, maybe a 3-door and a 5-door car as well.
Right hand. What about the road?
Oh yeah, I suppose how wide the road is.
Yeah. So you don't want to be on the path, but you've still got to. So, and how can you? How do you know if there's somebody in the car? Are you actually looking into the cars?
I wasn't, no.
Right. So could that be a point? Maybe you can maybe potentially see back of somebody's head. Somebody might be on phone.
Right.
Not paying attention, not checking the mirrors before they get out.
So I've just to assume that they're going to open it all the way then.
I would do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
By doing that, is that going to serve you better than just are they, aren't they? If you assume that they're gonna, you're at the right distance and there won't be an issue if it does happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
We look at that windscreen again versus that one. Yeah, you can have a gauge if somebody's in a car or not, but can you see in that one?
I'll check on it now.
So if you assume that they might chuck that door open.
All right, okay.
Oh, does that work for you?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've just to assume that they're gonna.
Yeah.
All right.
Not to insult anybody or anything, but people are busy.
Right.
Might be on phone. Might be rushing for whatever reason.
Okay.
They might not check the mirror and they throw the door open.
Okay. Yeah.
So if we think of it in that way.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
It needs.
Clark, how many times do I have to say okay before you're going to shut up?
Right, I know.
Ah! Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Fine.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You're breaking me now.
Drop it.
Yeah, right, fine. Right.
Yeah, I've got... right.
I've got that.
Right.
Okay, fine. I've got the... Yeah.
Well, we can pick a load up from the way that they're... right. Yeah. So I've just to assume that they're going to...
I still don't trust you. I do not trust you in any way, shape or form.
You see, but the reality is, I think that, and this is part of the problem where we get into this mentality where we think that I'm trying to trip you up and roll.
Yeah.
Right. So I've just got to, if I'm offering you that,
yeah, I
must agree. Well, I'm not going to say, so I've got to assume that that's going to happen and assume they're going to leave a car doors with.
You do, but my perception was that you wouldn't even look at the door. So I'm thinking you're not even acknowledging the fact of the door. So if you're not doing that, are you listening to me? Well, I had to ask you, do you want to look at the door?
I wasn't listening.
No.
And you said, look at the door.
Right.
And what did I say then? What did I say? Oh, that's quite wide, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So the penny's dropped.
Yeah.
Oh. And then the next thing is, so I've just to assume they're going to open it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fine. Move on. Right.
I'm probably not going to get it wrong. I might do, but I might be like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
My next step, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Obviously, it depends on circumstances, and you've got to be safe at all times, obviously. Is, if I can, give them the opportunity, pull up against another vehicle and go, what's the width here? But again, then you can go, well, the road's changed narrowness.
So what we've done there is I've come on board with you. I've agreed with what you've got to say.
Yeah.
So just let's see. You might need to remind me, mind.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
But you could set that up. Okay. Do you want to just try and remember that? Do you want me to prompt you? No. I'll try and remember on my own.
So back in roll. So now that seems to have synced in. Would you be fair to say that's you understand that now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What do you want me to do from there? Do you want to give it a go yourself, and me remind you if necessary, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. That'll be all right. Yeah. We'll do that.
All right. Then.
I'll see if I can remember.
Right. Okay. So again, these are little things that are relevant on your test, obviously.
Yeah.
And once you pass your test, relevant anyway, full stop. Because when somebody smashes your door in, you're going to be quite upset. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've got that.
Right. So
if
checking from the left, though. Remember, left blind spot, scanning, like we mentioned.
So
we're coming on this straight away.
So is it about?
Anybody be here?
No, there's nobody there.
There's a vehicle behind us.
No, right. But the same this side, isn't it? I suppose he could do it and all, couldn't he?
Yeah. And if you've got two cars, like you asked earlier, if there's two cars either side, both doors could open. So what sort of speed you'd be going through at? What could potentially happen? Both doors could open. Kids could come flying out into the road.
So, is that about right?
About that, yeah.
Okay.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, it puts me on the other side of the road, doesn't it?
A little bit, but basically you're checking your mirrors, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Before you manoeuvre, before you're pulling out. Okay, you're not signalling because we're going around a vehicle.
That makes it awkward here. So, would I need to slow down if it was like that?
I would do, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
You're straight on, presumably,
Yeah,
because you're in position yourself.
Yeah, I think I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we'll chuck it in and we'll see how we go on. It's going to vary from road to road, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because of the narrowness. If you're in a major road, the road's wider, isn't it? But if you're in a side road...
Well, they're a bit wide.
Yeah, but we're a bit wide here. You not think?
Oh, yeah.
Right then, we've got some cars straight away.
Oh, that's a bit awkward, isn't it?
You looking ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. So what sort of width?
Like that.
Okay. And then what are you doing?
Back again.
Right. It depends on the width, on the nature of the road.
Right.
So you're not be too far across to you.
No.
You're right in the path for oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
So, situation here. What mirrors we're checking?
That one.
And it's a lorry. It's going to have a bigger door, isn't it? Potentially, if he chucks that door open.
Yeah.
I know he's sat on that side, but for sake of argument.
Might be somebody short in the passenger seat.
Might be. Maybe his dog's got opposable thumbs that can open doors. Let's just presume that. You don't know, it could be a mutation.
Left of the roundabout.
Left the roundabout place. What situation we got coming up?
Park van in there.
Yeah. Could he chuck his door out?
He might, yeah.
What have we got coming up?
Oh, it's a bit late.
Right. Handbrake before gears. You alright? How do you feel? You okay?
Yeah. I think so, yeah. At the end of the road we'll go right.
End of the road, we're going to go right, please, Bob. just narrows off straight away, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think there might be somebody in that car.
Right, so what are you going to do?
A bit wider.
Yeah, are you checking your mirrors first? Steering right, steering left to come back in. So then there's road police, Bob, going to go right. Watch you for down here. People like that cutting corners.
Busy today.
Yeah, he's pretty busy. So how are you judging this? Are you quite happy in this situation? You've been through this before.
Would I get done for hesitancy here?
Well, would it be safe for you to pull out now?
No.
So why would that be hesitant? If there was nobody, well, hang on, wait. Okay. If it was then, and there was nobody around, would that be being hesitant?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So is that fair? So check your interior and left again for your turn. A bit wide round here, Bob.
Wait,
You don't
no,
feel that? Following the curb around, same sort of distance. As much as pedestrian.
Got a bad leg.
It has to be even worse for you, Tim. Are you happy with what we've talked about there for hesitancy? You seemed a bit...
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I just, because I was sat a long time, I thought I might get done for that.
If you can't go on it, if it's unsafe to go, then that's not hesitancy. It's about safety, isn't it?
Right.
But it's if you sat there for ages and you could have potentially gone.
Right.
And then we could have people behind us and then we're potentially putting them in a situation where they're going to have to overtake us or might overtake us through frustration or otherwise.
Right.
That's what we're doing here.
I cannot really leave enough room for a door to open, so I slow down a bit.
Exactly, well done. Yeah. You can't pull too far across, it's narrowing off a bit again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But you were across enough, but you still gave enough room for them.
Yeah.
So you couldn't give any more, could you?
No.
So that's a different situation.
So I slowed down so that I
You can see where that ties in, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here I can.
Yeah. Well, back there it was a lot more narrow, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I did right to slow
Yeah,
down.
I think that was good. Yeah. How would you feel?
Yeah. I think
So we've got this. I said that van there's got its 4 ways on.
Yeah.
So they're part there. You know, could that be a situation where they shut their door up?
Right,
Potentially, yeah.
Next one on the right.
Next road on the right, please, man. And brake first, and then gears.
I've got a mirror here.
And a bit of a gradient here as well, Bob, aren't we? So what we're going to do?
Only a bit extra gas here, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit more clutch up.
They're a bit close behind, aren't they? Very trusting of them.
Yeah, they're very, very close. Don't think that's tyres and tarmacs, is it? No. I'll leave you for your point of turn here, Bob.
I've got a bit past them.
Okay, cancel your signal.
Left to the lights.
Left and lights, please. That's better. You took a lot better than the last time, remember? A bit wide then, wasn't you?
Yeah.
That was a lot better. You feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt a bit close, but I can say it wasn't.
No, it's fine. You followed the same distance around the corner, that was good. Well done. better with the mirrors now as well.
Alright.
Checking before you speed up. Checking before you slow down.
Next roll on the right.
Just on the right, please.
And down a roll.
Okay.
Let's give them something to think about.
Yeah.
So how was that?
I felt better. You're now going to say you missed this and that.
You're a charlatan, never darken this doorstep again. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
It felt right. I felt a bit more happy, a bit more relaxed. And I was also reaffirming things which I wanted to do, and I was also giving praise, which you don't give enough of. I do it with my own students.
Of course you do.
I'm like, nice one, you know, fantastic, brilliant. You've done really well there.
But in roleplay, you're terrified to do it. You're terrified
Yeah.
to say that was well done. Just
that was
in case
really
it
good.
wasn't.
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah. You know,
But I think it's part of the same mentality, isn't it? Thinking that somehow
you're setting
trying
yourself.
to trick you.
There's some giant dark lord next to you that's. I'm just gonna envelop you with my cloak and devour you.
Your powers a weak old man.
Yeah, very
sort
much
of
so.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can develop that a little further. I think if with the switching of roles, I think we'll get you and Darren to do some stuff together, and because I think that might
Bring it out a bit more.
it might help you to see that it's maybe not what you think it is, and how easy it is for them, and they don't
Yeah.
need to trick you because you can trick yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. You can trip yourself up by going off on a tangent and banging on about all sorts like I've done.
I mean, it's all part of the process.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But we need to have a look. We'll have a look at the exam waiting times as well,
Right.
before we part company today.
Definitely.
Do a reflection,
Right.
and we'll touch base. Touch base. That's very 90s. I'll fill in the log between now and the next session, and sort of what we're going to do.
Right.